This is a big moment. We got the newest prototype in the mail, a bit of an unboxing video perhaps. And just to set the stage here, if you haven't been following along, this is the current button we're selling today on the mütesync website. Pretty big, it's a little loud, it's a little heavy. It's great. I've been using it personally for months now, as have our customers. So we've been selling this. You can buy it on the website. It's retails for I think $80 plus $10 shipping. So it's not cheap, but it's great. It's great. So while we did that, we also wanted to make our prototype of the new version. That's what we're doing the Kickstarter for. So if you're interested in the Kickstarter, make sure you go to mütesync.com/Kickstarter. Now to get to the prototype, we did a bunch of 3D printed prototypes, which I have here. You might have seen these on social media. We tried a lot of different approaches. So we tried this kind of button approach in the middle. This is all fake with, springs and tape. So just to get a sense of it though, and the size next to a laptop. We tried a smaller button. We tried no button, just the whole piece itself can be pressed. And we tried some different variations where like kind of the outer shell gets compressed, or in this case, it's just actually you squeeze it a little bit, the pressure. So we played with all different types of designs. And then we actually designed what we call a functional prototype, because it functions. These are all just conceptual prototypes because it's just mocking up the concept. So to get the functional prototype working, this works. This has internal components that work, connects to your computer, connects to our app. It's been working for months. We've fixed dozens of bugs, works on Mac. Our PC certification happens. By the time you see this, we'll already be certified and supporting Windows. And inside that big button, you have a few different things, but you have kind of a chip that runs some software, connects to an LED. There's a button, which is actually around the LED in this case. So this is the internal component. So we were able to kind of put this in there and simulate it. But then we actually built one that truly works. And by we, I mean not me. Let's see if I injure myself on television. So here we have the new prototype. I didn't cut myself opening it. Ooh. We went with a white USB, so a cord. On the current version we have a black USB cord, but white looks nicer. And we dropped the size down substantially. Wow, this is great. So there's a bunch of stuff about this which is awesome. You may not see it on my face, but I'm very excited. Wow. So the weight of it is great. These are all fake, so they're super light. We weren't able to judge the weight, but this has a little bit of weight to it. It's much more kind of solid looking. I'll give you a photo of it in this video. A few great things that I want to touch on. One, the button, it probably sounds loud in the mic, but when you're pressing it, there's a very slight noise. So not like our button today, which is more of like a thunk. This is, I don't know if you could even hear it. And that's because we didn't want people to make noise muting and unmuting. You want to be kind of stealthy when you're muting and unmuting. But you want some response to know when you've muted. So this is actually like a keyboard key. We played around with a few different ones. Then this plastic is much less opaque, much more opaque, less translucent than these. So the light will glow. In our earlier versions, you could see the light too much. Very subtle, but on the bottom is our logo. So we've actually, there's like a rubber base on here so that it doesn't slide. And it has our logo engraved in the bottom there. And the best part is going to be when it lights up. This button, I'm outside in the Florida sunshine, so it's probably hard to see the light, but this one is much more clear. Oh yeah, and it toggles between red and yellow. That is awesome. So again, I'm outside, and this isn't a sales pitch, but I just connected audio, so you saw it change. So this is red, which means the mic is live. And then when I mute Zoom, this will change to yellow. Now when I unmute Zoom, it should change back to red. So we stay in sync, so even if you mute from Zoom or the host mutes you, it updates. But this is looking great. So this is our kind of second functional prototype with a lot of improvements. I'm really happy with the way it came out. It's much smaller, which a lot of people ask for, saying, hey, I don't want this giant thing on my desk. Yeah, this is great. I'm very excited. I can't wait. If you want one of these, it'll be a little different because, again, we'll probably have one more iteration to clean up whatever we find on this that we're not in love with. Join the Kickstarter, back the Kickstarter. You can be a part of designing and getting this product to market in the next few months. Thanks. So cool.